So, just like me and just like many other people who believe in mindfulness, he says this is something we should be mindful of in our everyday life. What is it that comes in our own hills and cliffs, and what is it that we need to really focus on and we need to develop on to kind of reach our ikigai and kind of reach our life aims and goals, and what is it that is important for us to be surrounded by to kind of live in a circle of trust that helps us reach the highest of summits and mountains, and it gives us the best of support at the time of perils and stuff. So when you go through this, you come across a term. I'm not a psychologist, but I read a lot and I kind of understand a lot. I interact with a lot of people. So, in my understanding, there is a term which is called emotional infection. So, if you get an infection, like I have a little bit of a nose allergy, or if I've got a little bit of nose infection, it is possible for this to be kind of transmitted to people around me in my environment, or people I hang around with and stuff like that. It's like the coronavirus. So the point is, what is emotional infection? Okay, so the point is that we all have energy which is associated with us. Some is positive, some is negative. So it's very important to spend time in good company and feel good around people, because as you kind of spend time with those people, you are kind of either going to feel great, you're going to feel good, or you're going to kind of feel depressed, sad, and sapped in. And when you're socializing with them, your attitude starts shifting, and you start seeing the world from their camera lens and how they see it and stuff. So this is a sign that the emotions are catching up on you. So if you've been a person who's, let's say, you are you kind of exercising and you love gymming, and you start hanging around with someone who talks ill about a gym or negative about a gym, and the person is not very keen on being in the gym himself, but the person introduces you to something else. You try your luck at that, and you've been very good in gymming, and all your results come from that, but he's introduced you to, let's say, something which is not very good, gambling, or spending your time only playing chess or cards. Okay, so now what happens is, initially you're going to start enjoying it. You're going to say, okay, let me try it, let me hang around with them, let me see what the change is. So as a result of that, what might happen, it doesn't happen to everybody, is that you may give up your gymming session, and you may become a part and parcel of, let's say, playing chess or playing cards, which may be detrimental or which may not be in the interest of your goals and stuff. Okay, so this is not for everybody. This is only for people who've got like a plan or a journey, or they're still working and stuff, or they still want to kind of kick ass and go ahead. So I had shared this a few months back about rope buddies. So what are rope buddies? So let me remind you, what are rope buddies? In order to carry out an audition or to perform well, we need a team. And if we want to fulfill our vision, our goal, or our ikigai, we have to be surrounded by people who are good rope buddies. Are there going to be bad rope buddies? If you have someone who's constantly complaining, someone who's constantly criticizing, someone who's forever, finding faults in the world, or in people, or in environments and stuff, or in systems and processes and stuff, you're going to be infected by their negativity, and you're going to participate in that. It's going to be fun for a bit and everything. Those people are going to do their stuff and go away, and you're going to start missing out on that because you got so used to this. Okay, so these are the people who are called infected people. So emotional infection means you get affected negatively by such people and their instances and their journeys and stuff. And on the same time, you have people who are kind of helping us recognize that we could come out of it by not feeling too tired, by not feeling irritated, by not killing our spirit, by not feeling sad, by not feeling kind of worse than what we were feeling before and stuff. Okay, so the best thing is to kind of identify what is directing you in a positive fashion, what is taking you forward in life, what is kind of making you look forward to new experiences and stuff, and what is it that is nourishing you as a person, or the word soul that we use. So what is it that's nourishing you? What is it that is making you feel good? What is it that is making you look at the world in a beautiful way? It's opening up your mind, it's opening up your mindset to the communities, the music, the fashion, the food, the books, the theater, International experiences included as well, so those are the kind of people which are a good idea to be in and stuff and all that, okay. So he says that we all know people whose energy is contagious, because after we spend a brief time in their company, we become charged up, we start feeling good without knowing exactly why. And at the same time, when we are around people, much to our regret, they kind of feel sad, low. And as we socialize with them, we don't feel that great or amazing in their energy, because actually it's not about them, it's about you. You've kind of soaked in or tapped into their stuff, and as a result of that, whatever happens to your relationships, you all know. And then you're going to be catching up on their stories, on their journeys. You're going to start looking at the world like that and stuff, and the world, which was amazing and beautiful, starts feeling like a shit place to be in, and stuff like that, okay. So this is where kind of rebooting your friend map or your circle or even your work environments or even your gym or even as good as the neighborhood company you keep matters a lot and stuff, because as you end up discussing only negative about the world and people, you're going to see only the negative in them, right? So if you start kind of taking perspectives from positive people and you start hanging around with them and in positive circles, you're going to start feeling good. So I should share a story here. So we've got a local hero in our sector who's been feeding dogs and everything, and there are other people who've been doing this for over 20 years or something and all that. So I started hanging out in that circle. I still do. I started hearing some negative stories about certain people besides that, and I knew that these people do good work. So before I actually started kind of entertaining that negativity and participating, because I was also starting to kind of question a few things or raise a few concerns and stuff, which were obviously like genuine ones and stuff. But I realized that I think I was making a mistake here by kind of it's not judging, but kind of trying to understand another person, that are they really doing something wrong or they're doing something good. And as I kind of started disconnecting from that group and I started focusing on the positive, or what that group was doing for the last 20 years or for the recent times or in corona and stuff, I stopped feeding on that negative energy or that negative perspective. I went back and I spoke to that person and I said, hey, this is what you've been, and I've been discussing and stuff, about these people who are doing the community work and stuff, but maybe you need to see things from their perspective. Rest is jazz, rest is thing. But that kind of taught me a lesson that, hey, if I'm going to talk about negative, if I'm going to talk and I'm going to focus only on the negative and I'm going to participate in such discussions for too long, my whole positive outlook or my whole experience of over a number of years is going to get affected by it and stuff. So this is where choosing your circle comes handy. This is where you choose optimism and joy. This is where you choose positivity. This is where you choose your circles. And if you don't have any company, pick up a chai or a coffee and sit there and let the thoughts pass and stuff, and avoid getting wired into people's negativity and drama. What happens is they live their journey, they share their journeys, they have come out of experiences or jobs or addictions or a bad relationship or whatever shit, or they've had a bad childhood or whatever. So everybody doesn't have a great childhood or relationship or a job. But the point is, the way it is presented, the way it is shown is what is important and stuff. So if by chance you kind of get hooked into stuff, while you're watching, you see on TV, like people switch on movies or Bollywood or Hollywood, you start crying, you feel, oh my god, they've been through such a bad journey and stuff like that. You start feeling sympathy and stuff like that. But the point is, it's the way it is presented and what you observe from it. If you can see that they've come out of so many things and they've been an inspiration worldwide and stuff, then why do you have to feel sorry and sad for them? You got to applaud for them, you got to kind of lift them up, and you got to compliment them and stuff. So this is where the difference of attitude and perception comes in and stuff. So I shall leave you on this note, where you need to reboot your own self and your own outlook and your own acumen and caliber. And if by chance the world starts looking sad and horrible to you, you need to clean up your glasses and you need to kind of do that self work and come out of it, okay? So cheers to you on a lovely coffee. Sorry, this is chai. I thought I was having coffee. So cheers to you on a lovely chai. Enjoy yourself. So chai is also got chi, so it's got positive energy and a little bit of cinnamon add a little bit of dalchini, or add a little bit of anything you like, and this also becomes a great reboot exercise. If you want to do it daily, you're going to love it, and you're going to kind of also look forward to letting go of all your work and your music and your books and your online and offline stuff, and you're going to really enjoy just being in the moment and recharging yourself. So jkapani at gmail.com, justinkapani.im at gmail.com, and justinkapanioffice@gmail.com. You can reach me here and you can write to me, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you. Send me an email and I'll be more than happy to join in and stuff, because I've already shared this that girls and boys, men and women, they don't want to receive messages at odd hours and stuff. It's a complete piss off, okay? So love luck and take care and have fun and have a blast. Bye bye. Cheers. Go the corporate way. Stay professional. That's even better. Take care and bye bye. Yeah.